Now everyone who comes into stock market thinks of making money and rich, and here I was, tasted my first success. Bought a stock, sold it within a month and made 100%. I said, wow, that's stock market. I struggled, but I never gave up. Because I never gave up, I started to lose more. Nobody's going to give you free advice. Nobody's going to do anything free for you. They won't even abuse you. आपको कोई गाली भी free में नहीं देगा. गाली खाने के लिए किसी को सताना पड़ता है. I went to the bathroom. There was a boiler. I removed the switch. I said, I cannot afford to make money. How can I have a hot water bottle? I couldn't speak. My voice was not clear. Speech was not clear. And my wife came to me. And I told her, see, my right hand is working. I was like this. My right hand is working. When I had lost money, when I had no money to buy medicine, I was 47. So I decided to make money at 47. I lost crores of rupees in the stock market. Yes, we have lost money. It's a fact. But if I have lost money, then someone has made money. The earliest memory that I have of my parents or an incident is the Diwali night. How can I forget that? So deep rooted in my memory. I remember my father coming home on a Diwali night and announcing that he has lost his job. He realized only one thing, that he used to make 80 to 100 rupees a day for his boss. He said, if I can make 80 to 100 rupees a day for my boss, can I not make 10 rupees a day for myself? He resolved and he decided that he will go into business. He had no money, but decided to go into business. What did he do? He borrowed goods from shopkeepers and started selling these goods to the customers in their homes. He became a hawker. Selling goods from house to house, selling goods from shop to shop, and he survived. The very first day I remember, when he came home in the night, he had made 17 rupees. So my mother ran the house on 10 rupees, kept 7 rupees extra in the kitty for savings. I remember next day it was 12 rupees. So we saved 2 rupees, ran the house on 10 rupees. Objective was to make 10 rupees a day. The objective was just survival. And he did it, ladies and gentlemen. He did it. It's not difficult. Time went by. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my story. Hi, I'm Prakash Gaba. I'm a technical trader. You must be seeing me on television for over 2 decades. Today, I'm going to speak to you about my 5 lessons that I learned from my parents. My parents who had no formal education. Life lessons that gave me financial freedom, and hopefully it will make you financially free as well. Lesson number 1, habit of saving. My parents came from United India, Sindh during partition as refugees. They started small, started from a refugee camp. Nothing available there, they had a very hard working life. They had to survive. We lived in a home of 121 square feet, 120 square feet, who were my mother, my father, my older brother and myself. 120 square feet. I had very humble beginnings. I worn clothes discarded by people. It doesn't bother me. What can we do? I'm not ashamed that my parents were poor. Well, I was born in a poor family, that's all. I could have been born in a rich family. It doesn't bother me. I had amazing parents, mom and dad. I remember my mom used to stitch falls on saris. I remember my older brother and I would help my mom remove sari falls so that she could stitch new falls on that. Stitch petticoats for people. Just to make 10 rupees, helping my father. We survived. Lesson number 2, power of compounding and reinvesting. Yes, the small little 2 rupees, 5 rupees, 7 rupees, 35 rupees, 3,500 rupees, they grew in over a period of time. And over a period of time, my mother saved a lot. 2 things that happened. My father made money. He earned money. My mother saved money. That's where we are today. As a process, we booked a house on Worli Sea Face, a high-rise apartment on the 9th floor with a panoramic sea view. Amazing sea view. We were living in a 120 square feet house. To move into an apartment flat with elevators going up and down was a dream come true for us. Very first day I remember, I didn't even know how to put on the lights. The white button was hidden in the white painting of the the door. I couldn't even see it. I just didn't know it. It was some kind of an overwhelming experience for me. यहाँ कहाँ पहुँच गए? But that was the house. Fantastic. I lived my life there. Sometimes my dad would pinch himself to see if it was true. Ladies, that is truth, the reality. And that's possible. Just saving little. I remember few years later, my father booked a shop. He purchased a shop in a very nice shopping center. Wow, what a place it was. I remember the first day of the opening, 8th May 1975. It was a fantastic shop, was designed by an architect. Beautiful shop. And it was doing roaring business. We just grew up. Absolutely. We started making money and minting money. That was the shop business. Meantime, I was studying management. When you study, you feel that ye dhanda kya hai? What is this business shopkeeper? I'll go into corporate life. That's where I went into corporate life. I joined corporate. I joined as the junior most executive employee. Salary of 800 rupees, that's it. But within 2 years, I grew up to be number 2. Came to Delhi, started working here and setting up a fertilizer plant in Darueda, Haryana, 70 kilometers from Delhi. I worked very hard. My father was progressing well, amazing amount of wealth coming in. So I came back to Bombay, joined the family business, bought one more shop, expanded the business, went into a different sphere of activity, garments, went into wholesale, went into manufacture of garments, went into export. We did all that. Lesson number 3, disrespecting wealth. जब लक्ष्मी आती है ना तो लक्षण जाते हैं. This happened with me. I never realized it. I had so much of money, I became free with money. I started disrespecting money. I indulged in spending money because money was flowing in very easily. When you disrespect money, the money hits you back. That's what happened with me. Those days, I met few people who were trading in stock market, and they were bragging that they made money. I said, how are these guys? Uneducated guys. I'm an educated guy. If these guys can make money, I can make money. So I asked them, what do you buy? They told me a stock to buy. I went and bought it. I made money. I said, this is easy money. What I am doing earlier, this is more easier. Now, everyone who comes into stock market thinks of making money and rich. And here I was, tasted my first success. Bought a stock, sold it within a month and made 100%. I said, wow, that's stock market. I invested more money into the stock market. I started making money, started losing money. Started making money, started losing. I never lost money. Why? Because I never sold at a loss. So I felt, koi baat nahi, upar aayega wapas. And it did come back. I loved it. I said, this is the business to be. You buy something and you sell it, do nothing. And you make money. But sometimes the tide turns. And you don't know when the tide turns. The trend turned. And I started to lose money. This went on banking. I struggled, but I never gave up. Because I never gave up, I started to lose more. This went on for a year and a half. The dot-com bust had happened by 2000. What do I do? I remember one day I went to a chemist to buy a medicine for myself. The name of the medicine was Amlopin. I need to take one medicine every day, one pill every day. And he asked me for 12 rupees. And I had only 10 rupees in my pocket. I still have that note. Yes. 10 rupees, I still have the 10 rupees in my pocket. He asked me for 12 rupees, I had 10. So I told him, I'll come back. Mr. Nair, Bandra Medical Store. He told me, leke jao, baad mein dena. I said, nahi, main aata hu. I went to my younger brother and told him, Mahesh, 2 rupiya dena. तुम्हें क्या चाहिए? तो दवा चाहिए. कौन सी? Amlopin. He said, I'll get for you. He opened his drawer. He had only 55 rupees. He bought the medicine. I picked up the medicine, ate it. Came home. That day I cried, but the tears didn't come out. And I told my wife, how can we reduce expenses? She told me, why? I said, we have no money. We were 6 of us, my younger brother, his wife, and son. My wife and myself, 6 of us, no money. My age was 47 then. Yes, 47. You heard it right. I'm 69 today. Lesson number 4, starting small, making your first lakh. Everything starts small. No money. We had lost all our wealth, accumulated wealth, built by my parents, my brothers, everyone in the stock market. The true story, right? I'm standing in front of you. While I was speaking with her, I went to the bathroom. There was a boiler. I removed the switch. I said, I cannot afford to make money. How can I have a hot water bath? So I removed the boiler. Fortunately for us, we had an overdraft facility of 4.5 lakhs with the bank. So we could survive. She told me, if you give me 500 rupees a day, I'll run the house. I said, fantastic. That was good for me. Absolutely good for me. And we had for 1.5 years just dal chawal. No fresh fruits, no vegetables. And I had seen poverty, then I'd seen wealth, abundance of wealth, and back to poverty. This is what happens, ladies and gentlemen, when you disrespect wealth. When you disrespect money, the money hits back at you. When I had lost money, when I had no money to buy medicine, I was 47. So I decided to make money at 47. I resolved to make money at 47. And I struggled to make money at 47. Slowly and slowly, I collected around 80,000 rupees. 17th September 2002, my younger brother, Mahesh, suffered a paralytic stroke. He was also paralyzed on the left-hand side. We took him to Hinduja Hospital in Maine. He was in the hospital for 11 days until 28th September. And the bill came to 79,465. Balance 535 I was bringing home, and I told my brother Mahesh, isko haath laga. He touched it and I gave it to a Mahim Dargah to feed the poor, hoping for a divine intervention to take care of my brother. I came back home and I told my wife, 80,000 is gone now. We have no money. Technically, that was a double bottom. And my wife said, thank God. God gave you 80,000 rupees so that you could take care of Bhaiya. So my life started once again from there. But that day, something that I remember very clearly is I realized that I have lost money. I've lost crores of rupees in the stock market. Yes, we have lost money. It's a fact. But if I have lost money, then someone has made money. That was the realization that happened that day. If that someone can make money, why can't I? That was it. Just one thing. If that someone can make money, why can't I make money? If I have to make money, then there must be a way of making money. That's where I resolved to study the subject in detail and go for it all my way. I studied the subject 16 to 18 hours a day. I went to people and told them to teach me. Nobody taught me. I went to offices of people whom I later met, but they never taught me. Nobody taught me. Nobody teaches you subject. Nobody gives you anything for free. So I had to do it on my own. I didn't know computers. I had someone to teach me computers, to run the software. For 16 to 18 hours a day, for 3 years, I studied the subject. And I put in my first trade. My first trade I put in, where I made 1 rupee 60 paisa per trade on 100 stock. That means I made 160 rupees based on my own analysis. That was the day I started making money. I never looked back. Lesson number 5, never give up. And the bouncing back spirit, that's got to be within you. And in 2009, I suffered a paralytic stroke. In 2009, I had fairly started doing well. I suffered a paralytic stroke and I was completely paralyzed on my left hand side with zero movement in my fingers. I was like, my face was twisted. I couldn't speak. My voice was not clear. Speech was not clear. And completely on my left hand side, I was down. And my wife came to me. And I told her, see, my right hand is working. I was like this. My right hand is working. I can work with my right hand, I told him. It never bothered me that left hand was not working. That was a negative side, but I always looked at the positive side. It took me around 6 weeks to move slightly, and I could drive my car early in the morning at 6 o'clock when there was no traffic. It took me 9 months to recover fully well. Here I am now in front of you. I started my life at the age of 47. Today I'm 69. I can relax now. People retire at 47. I started my life at 47. Well, only thing I will say that is I don't take life for granted. I still wake up at around 5:30 in the morning and maybe work until 10:30 in the night, 16 to 18 hours a day. Do I have to work this much hard? Yes, I have to. I don't take life for granted. गरीबी तो बहुत देखी. Yes, I saw poverty. Very humble beginnings. Absolute humble beginnings. I've seen it. I've seen wealth. I have seen wealth destroyed by my foolishness, by my arrogance of wealth, by not respecting wealth. And I lost all of it. And the hard work brought me to my wealth again. I live in a very lovely place where Shah Rukh Khan comes to live in my neighborhood. Salman was living there earlier. Rekha was living there earlier. Other actors like John Abraham, they all come there. I live in a nice neighborhood. So what? I'm still a simple man like you. Still eat the same 150 grams like you eat. There's no difference between you. But yes, I respect wealth now. But no arrogance of flaunting of wealth. I have a nice house to live, nice place to live, and a nice loving family to take care of. That's all I would say. आप में मेरे में कुछ फर्क नहीं, सिर्फ कुछ फर्क नहीं. If I can do it, so can you.
अगर आप इस टॉक के एंड तक पहुंच चुके हैं तो मैं आपको जोश टॉक्स का एक दूसरा रूप भी दिखाना चाहता हूं, जिससे मैं काफ़ी देर से जुड़ा हुआ हूं और मुझे बहुत बहुत ज़्यादा पसंद है कि वो क्या कर रहे हैं. जोश टॉक्स ने एक नया ऐप लॉन्च किया है जिसका नाम है जोश स्किल्स. अब वो नया नहीं रहा, काफ़ी टाइम से है, लाखों लोग उसको अब यूज़ करते हैं. और जोश स्किल्स पे आप अपनी ज़िंदगी के लिए कोर्सेज ढूंढ सकते हैं. वो कोर्स नहीं जो आपको फिजिक्स, केमिस्ट्री, कॉमर्स, बिजनेस स्टडीज पढ़ाएंगे. वो कोर्सेज जो आपकी जिंदगी में आपको कैसे जीना चाहिए वो सिखाएंगे. मैंने खुद जो स्किल्स पे बहुत सारे कोर्सेज बनाए हैं. पब्लिक स्पीकिंग पे, इमोशनल क्राइसिस कैसे हैंडल किया जाए, अपनी पर्सनालिटी कैसे डेवलप की जाए. हर एक कोर्स में डेली क्विजेज हैं, एक्सरसाइजेज हैं, एक बहुत ही खूबसूरत कम्युनिटी है जो आपको सपोर्ट करेगी, आपको इनकरेज करेगी. आज ही डाउनलोड करें जोश स्किल्स का ऐप और उनके कोर्सेज एक्सप्लोर करके अपनी जिंदगी को आगे बढ़ाएं.